a lot of people do have either they don't like your opinions and they do take offense to your opinion, especially on the West Coast. One of those was Jason Cash, and I seen you over there in the studio with him. Like, tell me about that, man, and tell me about y'all relationship, and what y'all got going on right now.
Man, Jason Cash is one of my favorite upcoming artists and just MCs on the West Coast. Extremely talented. When I gave him the first D+ grade, it was because he didn't really have a lot of music out. Everything else, if you check, was the scores were 9s and 10s. But it's just no consistency. The branding was low. Those things weren't there yet. And so once he put out a project, Read the Room, in 2022, it just celebrated its 2-year anniversary like a week or so ago. The grade went up. But he dropped that D+ record. And that's dope because I think it was the first time a rapper had dissed me on record. And it also got him working with Mustard. That's how you ended up getting the Mustard single. And I know he's involved with Mustard's new project or whatnot, but he has a new project coming. So I go to the studio. He invites me up to the studio last week. I'm sitting there. He's playing me some stuff. He walks over to the tablet and has a blank report card on it. He's like, "Grade, what you hearing?" So I thought that was dope.
That's hard.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Cash. Happy
that's
birthday.
cool, man.
That's cool.
Shout out Jason Cash.
As far as like artists that's that's relevant and still and that's just staples and that's dropping music, kind of like YG. Like, how do you think he's doing his thing? Because I know he's independent, like he says he's independent right now. But he dropped the weird record. He dropped the weird record. He dropped the knocker record. Like, how you feeling about that? Like in his wave right now.
And graded 1 to 10.
I still want to hear Just Read Up 3 in its entirety. I have high expectations.
Same.
It's long awaited. He announced this like 2016.
Same.
I am happy to hear him back with Mustard.
And he got a lot of the LA producers. He got a lot of my producers too.
Fire.
Over there, my old producers for sure.
Right, but as far as the singles, I haven't appreciated the singles, but I'll wait to hear the full body of work before I grade.
Why not appreciate them? I like that knocker record. I think that shit
cool.
is hard.
I wouldn't have led with it.
The knocker getting burned right now. I'm hearing
it's going up. But me personally, I wouldn't have led with that record. I would have led with something with a little bit more musicality to it in the pocket. Something closer to the New Orleans bounce of his earlier work. Because that's what Ratchet LA music was taking the jerking sound and pairing it with New Orleans bounce music. And that's how you get tooted and booted.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also, you got to respect the growth.
Absolutely.
It's like I just had this conversation with a problem. I'm like, when people see you, they still want Mollywood 3, Mollywood 4.
Tell me about it.
What I mean?
Mollywood 2 was...
You can never recreate that. That was a moment in time. I could personally speak on Mollywood, like, when we're doing Molly and we're in a club, I'm in parties and clubs every night, and like niggas are older now, they're not doing that. Okay. So YG, I can't expect. I know it's Just Read Up.
That's what I'm saying. He named it.
So we're gonna expect the ratchet, the left rights, the banger shit, and it's like it's gonna be banger, but it's gonna be like he's also older. He's a dad now. Yeah. So it's like he's not. We're all older too.
He's not the best lyricist, so the music has to carry him. And I just feel like, and it's not just about having a dope beat. It has to be something to it, like an accord, something heartfelt. Even with certain records like Say Stop, you feel me, or Sprung, those records still had like, it would strike a chord here to carry it because he's not the best lyricist. And I just feel like there's a void in the knocker record, in my opinion.
And I feel like he stepped it up as far as like lyrics.
No, I
especially
like,
the weird record.
Yeah, that weird record is hard too.
He was a master of what he did. Like
his lane.
Yeah, he was a master of his lane. Yeah, you know what I mean? He didn't have to be lyrical. It was like,
he did what he did.
Nobody could make ratchet records like that nigga.
Him and Joe Moses.
Yeah, oh my God.
100%.
Kendrick doing his thing, and I told people the song will kind of die out here. It'll kind of die out over time, though. But
them freestyles they keep fucking doing. That's a fucking record, bro. Niggas keep rapping over the damn beat and sending it to me, like, bruh.
Yeah, and that. And but I'm just like, you grade these artists. You listening to these artists. Who do you think out of all of the West Coast will have that follow up? Because I know the rest of the world is looking for us to have that because they want to play this shit in the club. Because once you play Kendrick record, it's just like, okay, so what next?
You're right. We didn't have it ready on deck. I agree. Right. I've been trying to get them ready, but when you have so many people speaking out against you, it's hard to get the message across, which is why I wish when I put out the report card, people had just trusted me and been like, yeah, y'all step up y'all lyricism, y'all step up y'all flow, y'all step up these things, so that when this moment came,
It's ready to go time.
It's ready to go. It's a little bit of a delay lag, because for the first 2 years there was so many people talking shit. People didn't really start paying attention or giving a fuck until this year with the report.
And now everybody.
This was the first year it wasn't such a negative response when I put it out in January versus last year and the year before that. So I really just been trying to get people ready to have that music ready, have it out. Have it like this summer. Every West Coast artist should be dropping fire.
In your opinion, who you think who could have that follow up record out of all the artists over
I got an asterisk by every name. So like I love G Perico.
Perico doing his thing right now.
He got his lyricism got to be better. So it's like a lyrical G Perico record. That's my asterisk by that. That'll go crazy.
G is dope.
Right,
I love the
better.
flood. I love the
more.
flood concept of just dropping.
Yeah.
But like G just also has to do a project where he's produced. When he's produced, he's gonna make a classic.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about like? So he works with
Produced.
Steels. So you consider that beat making versus?
I mean, I haven't saw what him and
Respectfully,
Steels do.
let's
I
be real.
haven't saw what him and Steels do in the studio per se, but I do know Steels is very hands on, and I just from like seeing what he done with other artists too, I know that he also helps certain niggas sound different on his shit that they don't sound on their own shit.
So that's
so that got to be somebody in the studio with you telling you, hey, do this, do that, do this.
No, that drama shit was tight though.
No, the drama shit hard.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
But I feel like now, like he's making more cruise music, which is going to appeal to a bigger audience.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta imagine if
Independent though, he's
imagine
doing
if he
something.
had a verse
Right.
of the year. Imagine if G had one of them verse of the year type records. You get what I'm saying? Or went on a feature run where he's just on everybody's record with that hot 16 verse. That's what I'm talking about. Or a Big Sad who I feel like makes dope music, but I'm always pushing him to clean the record up, pay attention to those details. And now that you have all this momentum and controversy or XYZ, where's the single? Where's the lead single? So by everybody's name, that's just how I am. I'm an asterisk
Let me
person.
ask
I
you
can
something.
find something wrong with anything.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because the take, you know, when it comes to this LA shit, I'm very passionate about it.
Likewise.
So upcoming artists, right?
Yeah.
We saw artists with what I feel like was like a lob to really take off in LA and really go past outside of California.
What's up?
Zoe Osama.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zoe, man.
What do you feel right now about Zoe?
Zoe Osama is one of my least favorite people on the planet. This nigga comments on everything I post, like everything I post. But he's a dope artist. He didn't follow up the underrated record. You have such a big, like a lot. I can name like 5 underrated from LA that don't have the follow up. The remix drops 2 years later. There's no follow up project. He dropped the EP, like the big deal, but there's no follow up project. So it's like you have this big moment, this big record, but you don't follow it up in time. It's, you know, I do like the A6 record.
I felt like he did drop some records.
Not the follow up hit, though.
But underrated actually, because I remember fucking with him early too, Shout Zoe. But it took some time for underrated to take off. It took like 2 years, a year and a half. So it's like, and he's independent. You know what I mean? He's with Empire.
But some people feel like that's not independent.
So
it's
it's hard to follow up as an independent artist, to follow up a single that big so fast on an independent label.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, damn, is there a lack of support? Because I don't see a lot of people supporting Zoe. You know what I mean?
Zoe has fans. Zoe gets support. But
I'm talking about like artists amongst the West Coast artists.
You have to have product. You can't
He got
just
some
get
good shit. He got some good shit.
He has not put out a full project since
Do you
2022.
Yeah,
Do you think what's
he
happening?
drop a lot of singles though, to be fair.
He'll drop songs that are remakes of older songs and things like that. But where is the body of work? West Coast. Let's be 100.
You didn't like
West
the shit
Coast
you did
music
with
has always
Hit Boy?
been album driven. I think with Big Hit.
With Big Hit, that shit was
It was
dope.
cool. But West Coast has always been album driven. Like it's all about the album, from Chronic to Doggy Style. You get what I'm saying? It's always been about the album. Death Certificate.
And West Coast
America's
has always
Most Wanted,
been
yeah.
our strongest when we lead with a movement. We had
With a
New West movement.
right. Or a movie.
Yeah.
My Crazy
But a
Life is a
movement, though.
movie.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Lil'
a
Kim
movement.
Mad City's a movie.
A movement,
You gotta
though.
deliver that from. That's what I.
But it
want
was
from
all,
West
like you
Coast
said,
artists.
it's all movements.
New West
Victory lap.
movement, New West movement, Jerk movement,
Yep.
Ratchet movement,
Movements,
like
yeah.
the OGZ and Greedo movement,
Traffic.
like with all them niggas. Like right now, I don't feel like it's niggas having a movement, meaning like all coming together,
Collective.
working. Because you had with the last movement was the Greedo, 03,
Draco.
all that Draco, like, but all the producers, what was it called?
Hit Mob.
Hit Mob.
They brought them together.
They were killing LA. Killing it. Shout
starts
out
with the
Ron, shout out Loaded Great, all them niggas. And it's like, it was a movement though, a movement of producers and a movement of artists moving. Right now, I don't see that.
Because everybody is.
that.
I think everybody feel like they solidified in their spot, and they
that's what
need the
happens.
help. You know
Well, I think that's what happens when you have a hit. Like, do you feel like what's happening to Osama, what the fuck? Osama, my fault. Do you feel like that's kind of happening to 310 Baby?
No, 310 Baby just followed that up with Rock Your Hips.
I'm asking.
I'm
asking.
Outside of California.
He just did Summer Jam.
No.
In New
The
York.
Walk record with Lil Tyler.
He's
And the Stuck record with Kaylin. And then
And the Hips record and the Hips.
Rock Your Hips with OGZ
and Blue Bucks. Yeah.
And he has a record on the way called Peak Whitney. I just gave away 2 tickets to his concert with
At the Novo.
Puzzle at the Novo on June 29th. I'm giving away 2 more tickets. I'll come up with like maybe another word search or something. Give away 2 more tickets. Maybe a test.
You got to see too. That man is still in high school.
But
just about to graduate.
About to graduate.
It's
Come
not-
on, crazy.
But like I was
It's all
saying,
crazy.
like these
So
artists,
you're doing-
I feel like there's no movements because everybody has their own spot, their own fan base. Everybody's solidified, and you know what I'm saying, what they would, call themselves, like they're just there for their self as an artist. You know what I mean? They're solidified, man. So I think the movement thing is the kids being hungry, niggas not having nothing, niggas trying to come up in the game. You feel me? Just now learning, and then the success is there, and that's why those movements kind of end. Because once the success is there, everybody get their money, and everybody has their own fans. Then boom, everybody breaks up. So right now, you feel me? Just leading into it, everybody's taking advantage of the Instagrams and the TikToks and all of that shit. That they don't need 4-5 niggas to break up with no more. So those movements are kind of like non-existent for that, but they are strong to
It's still
have.
needed.
We still
But
need
it's
it.
obsolete
It's
at the
great.
same
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
It
you
is
gotta
obsolete.
understand. It's the outlets of how people get their music out there, right? So like I would say the generations before, what G Malone and them was doing. They was sitting there having a gang of CDs, passing them out. They putting posters everywhere and shit like that. Then you come to our movement where it's like, nigga, you only get popping if your shit getting played in the clubs, and you build a fan base of that, and that's how radio is seeing your shit, right? And then I feel like Draco and Greedo, how they did it, they stuck together. They took the internet on the West Coast, SoundCloud, and they took that shit by storm. And now the discovery for new West Coast artists is damn near obsolete. And that's why I said, like,
Well, they had a rap report card.
no, that's what I'm saying.
To
To have the rap report card,
Yeah.
because a lot of times I see the rap report card, I see a lot of artists that I'm not familiar with, right? What's the nigga name? I fuck with this shit now. Sham. I'm
Sham
like,
1016.
yeah. I see certain people on there, and I'm like, okay, let me check them out because they not on my radar. You know what I'm saying? So let me look at this rap report card. Let me check them out and say, oh, okay, they cool. But
His
the
label
discovery is
just played
gone.
his
They
album
got some. They got some. I think it's just somebody got to herd the crowd, bro. Like that's all it takes. Somebody got to herd the producers up, herd the artists up, give them to work together. Because there's a lot of dope talent. I'm seeing the talent.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, the Cuzzos, they dope.
They doing
Top
good.
Rank Gang, they fire.
Supreme Grams.
Top Rank Gang is
Supreme
like
Grams
a
killing
fucking
it.
He just don't
Asian
take
SOB,
photos.
Cambodian
Yeah.
SOB.
Top
right
Rank
now.
Gang is
hard.
one of my favorite right
Shout out
now.
my little homie Siete
They hard.
too.
Shout out Leaky. I fuck with
Siete.
Leaky, bro. Leaky got talent. Leaky dope. I fuck with like Lil Vader. Lil Vader made a diss song about you. Let's talk about
Yes,
that.
he did.
What's your thoughts about that?
It took me a minute to realize the RuPaul thing was like a gay joke. It took me a minute. It was like, oh damn. I had to listen to it a couple times because I had put him on my 2023 LA freshman cover. So I was like, this just came out of nowhere. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the issue? So I really had to listen to the record a couple times because, bro, last time I saw you, I was interviewing you. We was up at Shockaware. You feel me? Taking photos of XYZ. Just because I put you on the cover, that's for my readers. I wouldn't make a magazine just for me to read by myself. That doesn't mean necessarily I think your music. I get in my car and listen to your music every day, and that's all I've said on camera is that I feel like his music could use some maturity. I feel like a lot of his music is like kid party music, like birthday party, Tommy the Clown and the Crump Dancers Get Out the Car, that type of music. And I remember YG making Ratchet records that kids liked, that grown people liked, and that even an older person can enjoy. It's universal. And so I had the same issue with One Take Jay. I had the same issue with all type of artists. You saw me and Kaylin get into it on the timeline just a few days ago when I graded his project a D-, and I was just like,
Oh, he didn't like that?
give me a melodic My Crazy Life. Like I expect greatness of y'all. I do not expect y'all to just put out little party songs that you feel me that is cool. I don't. That's not.
What do you grade the Everybody song?
I wouldn't just grade just that one song.
No, I'm saying.
That was a standout song.
I'm saying that's a standout song
on the project. I only like maybe 2 songs on the Make.
Did you like the YG record? Him on YG?
Nope. And I felt like YG.
I like that one.
I feel like the cool down.
Yeah, and the Among Young, I like that one too.
It's cool.
The production on there to me is like is up there.
Shout out to Diego Ave who did the production.
Shout out Bankroll got it.
You talking about the beat because the production is like you got to get to vocal production in because he's singing some. So where's the vocal production? Where's the layering? Where's the harmonies? Where's the 3-part harmonies? Why doesn't he have background singers at all? Why isn't he laying background vocals? Things like that I wrote in the response, and he commented that he wasn't going to read the review, but...
See, but are you taking that like... I didn't look at this project like, oh, this is a full body of work. I'm like, this is an EP.
Called
this is a moment.
Again. So if you have a presumptuous title like that...
You expected something different.
I expect greatness. The titles Make the West Great Again. It shouldn't even be an EP. It should be a full body of work if it's Make the West Great Again. That was one of my knocks on it as well. But he called me. We talked about it, and shout out to Caleb.
Make the West Great Again.
Make sure you go streaming.
Shout out Rock Nation, man. Earl Johnson. Shout out my boy, man.
Shout out Earl.
It's a little fine line there though, when we giving our opinion on different things, especially when we from the West Coast too, because this is how an artist feeds their family, their kids, and stuff like that. So we can have an effect on the way people view it or who's going to download it, and vice versa. I don't think I had that influence on people. I never tell you don't go listen to it because I don't like it. I always ask people every post I make, what do I end with? How's it sounding? ? Comment below. Let us know. You go listen to it and tell me how you feel about it.
And the people will get their honest opinion.
Yeah.
Even like you said with the report card, you might see an artist you don't know and go check them out. So I'm never telling you to just go off my opinion. I'm not a gatekeeper. That's gatekeeping. That's older. That's passe. I'm not doing that. I'm here to facilitate the conversation about music. Just like I could be facilitating conversations about other stuff. But I choose to keep it on music.
Yeah,
Right.
but you go get to a point in your life too that people are gonna go off of your opinion only. You're gonna get
Please
there.
Don't.
You are.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible. Why would you not listen to music for yourself and see how you feel about it? Why would you just go off how I feel about it? No, I'll say how I feel about it. You listen to it
because you have tastemakers.
But
you have tastemakers. You have tastemakers, and you have people in hip hop that that's gonna lead you in the right direction. So you have I want to hear Joe Budden's take on shit, or I want to hear Axe take on shit. Even though I could go listen to it myself, I still want to hear what you're gonna say. You feel me? Your influence is gonna, over time is gonna like overwhelm what everybody else is gonna say, bruh. And so when an artist hits you, it's kind of like, bruh, check this out. I made that. You might not believe it, but I put my all into that, nigga. You telling niggas I didn't, and I'm trying to feed my family. I'm trying to get this chili, and you kind of blocking me.
Now the last sentence to the review on Caleb for Real's Make the West Great Again.
Yeah.
He told me he didn't read it, but I closed out with one day. Let's see what I say. In my humblest opinion, these songs won't make the West great again, but with more substance, passion, and better writing and vocal techniques, one day Caleb for real will make the West great again.
Right.
You get
And that's just your take. That's your take.
It's an opinion, bro. It's like a movie review, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Rotten Tomatoes. You see something with a movie. I'll tell him. I'm like, Rotten Tomatoes say this shit trash. He'll go see the movie.
Love
and be like,
it.
oh, that shit was dope.
Yeah.
And you go see it, and he'll be like, oh, they got that one wrong.
That's your
Like,
take,
you know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of people
Yep.
you put Rotten Tomatoes, niggas like, oh, they gave Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not finna spend my money on that
No,
shit.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Why would they? I don't understand that. Why
But
would
then
they do that?
Metacritic has an audience score too. So you look at the audience score, it's like, wow, this is super, super popular. People like this shit a lot. Like maybe it's worth it. Because there's been plenty of times that I see a movie get crazy scores and I go spend my money. I'm like, this shit trash.
Yeah.
I like to make my own opinion, man.
Look at Keith Lee with the food thing. Like he'll talk about some food, but I'm still gonna go check it out myself. You feel me? I have to taste the food to know if I like it or I don't. like it. You feel? I'll sit there and watch your TikTok about how you like the food, but I still have to go for myself. You can't just go off what somebody else said. I feel like it's toxic, but you're right. People do it.
It is people that
But
lead that does that.
I've never lived my life like that.
They got a new little subculture now of people who go to the worst rated and most like bash fucking restaurants and they try the food and they be like, this shit ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? So
it's all subjective.
It's all opinion.
You might like the food, you might like the music, you might like the movie. I might not like it, but still go check it out. It's still promotion. If I mention you, it's promotion at the end of the day.
And the plus side of it is sometimes, a lot of times, that shit sparks a fire in the artist.
To
Know
go-
what I mean?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you can't take criticism, then maybe this shit ain't for you because the niggas is gonna criticize your music.
Period,
No matter what,
regardless.
whether in private
Whether
or in
it's me
public.
somebody else. Yeah.
You can have a hot song right now, burn up LA, and niggas gonna find something
Something
negative
wrong.
to say
Yep.
about
The
your
mix
shit.
was off.
And how,
Yeah,
and,
somebody
and,
gonna find
and, how, and how old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, you 29.
They gonna
Almost
find
got you.
something.
How old are you?
24.
24? I almost got you. All right, but something else we do like, you know what I'm saying? Something else we do love.
We love Prize Picks. Download the app and use code FMW to double your deposit. Get 100% deposit match for up to $100 for our first time depositors. Right now, it's the NBA Finals.